Thinking someday I'll grow up to where I could grow one.
It took me 4 years.
Businesses that are renting.
I probably save twice a week if I need it.
Chris. 305 West Jefferson.
Huh?
305 West Jefferson. Line it up.
Do I own that one?
No, you do. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Where's that? Which one? Is it for sale?
That's by Hy-Vee.
It's right by Hy-Vee Pharmacy.
Yeah.
Oh.
You gotta get that cleaned up for us,
Oh, I thought that was condemned.
It is.
pretty much.
Where,
I mean, it has
where
been
Jerry
cleaned.
Kenkert lived
Yeah.
years ago? I thought I see stickers
There's
on.
board on it.
Yeah,
It's a flipper.
yeah.
I thought it was like, the
Good.
basement was like from like 90 feet of water.
Company called us just, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
I was just in there the other day. It's-
Really?
I mean,
Somebody
you
lived there?
need piping.
No.
Somebody went in and installed.
Oh, did they?
You need new wiring too.
Zach,
It's a flipper.
who owns it? You own it, Zach?
No.
The bank.
Company out of the
What
Bronx.
is the bank? So-
Yeah, Bronx, New York.
Really? They're probably willing to deal, aren't they?
I bet they are.
Let's call her to
I'll
order.
get you.
I'd like to welcome you all tonight. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
One nation, under God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approve agenda.
Move to approve.
Second. Jennifer? Yes. Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
You have your public hearing. Do we have to go into a public hearing or no? Okay. Approve and adopt fiscal year 25 budget. If we got one on motion.
I make a motion, we can put a public hearing to discuss that item.
Public hearing. Second.
Yeah.
Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yeah.
Jennifer? Yes.
Any public comments tonight on the budget? Anybody on the phone want to discuss? All righty. Not hearing anything, I take a motion to close the public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes.
Approve resolution to adopt the budget for fiscal year 2025.
Move to approve the resolution to adopt the budget for year 2025.
Earl?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. Don?
Yes.
Adopt proposed drawing specification, form of contracts and estimated costs for the construction of said proposed sidewalk improvements phase 2 SRF WRR 19-011. Is this another public hearing? Need another motion for the public hearing.
Motion to go into public hearing. Okay.
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes.
Any comments on this one tonight?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second. Hey, Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. Jake?
Yes.
Approved resolution adopting proposed drawing specifications, form of contract and estimated cost for the construction of said proposed sidewalk improvements. Phase 2 SRF WRR 19-011.
Move to approve the said resolution.
Second.
Earl?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes.
All right. Zach?
Things are going good at the police department. Since we just talked about the budget, good news. I've been in contact with the company in Tennessee that's, outfitting our cars. Typically, we get them without radio, radar, car camera in them. I've been in contact with them. We're actually gonna strip our cars, send the stuff down, and they're gonna put it in for no extra cost. So that's probably gonna save us probably about $8,000 probably between the two cars. And when they get here, they'll just be ready to hit the road. So that'll be, yeah, so they've been really good work with that. So we're saving quite a bit of money on those too.
All right. Jeffrey,
I don't have anything to report on either front.
thank you. Future Center,
T-ball and coach pitch schedules have been put out. We did have a representative from Trackman show us all the software and the functions for the golf simulator at our last meeting. So one bay will be purchased to go in the old racquetball room. This will be a good asset for the junior golf program that they have, the high school golf, and then anybody else looking for an indoor golf experience when they can't be on the course. So they'll get that purchased and get it put in and get all the membership stuff ready for that. So those are the two big updates, I guess. I'll let Casey do the other part.
Casey, Main Street.
Yeah, Casey Knoller talking, board member for Bluefield Main Street. So collectively, right now, we're working on our transformation strategies, which is a new requirement that came down from Main Street America the last couple of months. I'm imagining Jay mentioned it. So it's requiring us to kind of document a 3 to 5 year plan. I'm personally really excited about it because it is forcing us to really think through what vision we have and actually write out the projects and tasks that are required to get us there. So giving us some more structure and framework to work around, and we'll be able to stay more organized around all that. We're also coming out of that, trying to do more cross collaborations with our committees on our projects. And so a big one coming out of that effort is the downtown tours that are taking place on June 1st. So that's going to be a really exciting opportunity to showcase our businesses, our history, some residences in the district, and even some new business opportunities that we have. And then next event coming right up is next Friday, the 26th, will be our first annual volunteer recognition event. So we're hoping that that is really successful and we're able to show some appreciation to our volunteers that we have throughout the year, give them some awards and have an evening where they can be celebrated. So that's it.
Thank you very much. Anybody here for DCDC? Okay. Consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Don?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. Earl?
Yes.
Set up, next thing up would be set a public hearing for May 2nd, 2024 to order construction of certain public improvements and fixing the date for hearing thereon and taking of bids therefore for proposed sidewalk improvements phase SRF WRR 19011.
We just need to outline, just read what's on here.
Move to approve.
Yeah, or just move to approve. Right.
Move to approve.
Today, we've accepted how it's gonna go, and this is to approve going out for bid.
Okay.
So that's what
Motion to
I
approve.
You said
Second.
Hey, Jennifer,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Earl,
Yes.
approve appointment of Brent Lindbergh to the library board for term beginning July 1st, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2030.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Earl,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Approve purchase of gas meter supplies from KGM in the amount of $13,320.27.
That's the majority of this is for a new meter out at Performance Pipe. They're upgrading their buildings and got moved to a bigger service. So it's just that a lot of their service was outdated anyway and was needing updated. So we just did it all in one big shape. So
Is this one of those that we'll be billing them for that
we will not on this one.
on this one because it's a
Their meter
replacement?
was due to be replaced and so,
Okay.
yeah.
Is this,
Revenue, on this one, we'll
Yeah.
offset pretty quick.
this document related to this item? You have a packet there.
I do not, Don.
KGM.
I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
The amounts
bill.
are different. We got 13,330.27 in the minutes, and this says 12,620.27. Should they be the same?
Good data.
Well, that's a quote. I
That's
don't
a
know
quote.
quite a while ago.
I say the other.
They-
This is
There
a,
could be.
The difference- The difference is shipping. That's the quote for the parts and then there's shipping, so it's gonna actually total the 13,320.
what's the additional cost for it again?
Shipping.
Shipping.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's a large manifold, Don, a large steel manifold. It's pretty heavy.
Yes. I, make a motion to approve that item.
Second. Don,
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. Earl,
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Approve Class C retail alcohol license for Southport Investment LLC.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Don,
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Earl,
No.
Jennifer? Yes.
Approve Class C retail alcohol license for Bloomfield Country Club.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Earl,
No.
Jennifer? Yes. Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
And, number F, we can do all those together.
Okay.
We want.
I'm gonna read them all together. and then they
Yeah,
can-
hold on a second. I would maybe not do the fall festival one because we just realized that there's a good possibility that the west side's going to be blocked off where we normally put the cars, so we may have to do something
Okay.
different. So we may
Well-
just ask for that closer to.
I'd say go ahead and approve it, and then if we have to make a
Okay.
change, we can make a change.
Perfect.
Approve road closures for the following Main Street event. August 6th, National Night Out. Road closure needed for the south side of the square, East Franklin, no intersections. Number 2, September 21st, Fall Festival, South Madison closed from East Jefferson Street to East Walnut Street and from Madison/East Franklin intersection to South Washington Street. December 7th, Hometown Christmas for 5K. Close west side of the square, including the south intersection at Franklin, and close the west side from north intersection to south for Christmas parade. June 22nd, Harry Nation 5K. See the map attached.
Move to approve all those road closures. Street closures.
Second.
Jennifer? Yes. Jake?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Approve invoice 13050 in the amount of $131,427.33 for Rebecca/Neville Asphalt Project.
Move to approve.
Totally done?
Yep.
Okay. I'll second Earl's motion.
Don?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. Earl?
Yes.
Approve quote to McClure Concrete in the amount of $8,305.30 for the sidewalk replacement project outside at the pool.
That's on the south side, the west side, right by the outdoor bathrooms, where we had to bust up all that to get to that last leak, that final leak. There,
Oh, this is quote.
this, yeah, this will, they'll hit it next week, I'm sure. It's gonna be too late tomorrow, but yeah, they're gonna be right on next week. I'll have it done ASAP. So we can open it. And they're trying to get it open as quick as possible for some, and plus just to rent the shelters out as well if they partly don't rent those until the bathrooms are open.
Move to approve.
Second. Jennifer? Yes. Jake?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Earl?
Yes.
Discuss and decide on the invoice for Mutual Community Center 2024 funding in the amount of $20,000.
Joe, you want to take that first?
Sure, so there's an invoice in your packet that, the Mutual Center is requesting the remainder of the 40,000. Let me find my packet here. $40,000. In your packet, there should have been, some documentation just showing that we originally had sent a letter stating that the council was committed to supporting the Mutual Center and has budgeted 40,000 for fiscal year 24. The second page of that packet just shows the meeting minutes that states that the other 20,000 will be reviewed at a later date. If you recall, there were some improvements that they had requested to be completed. On the back page, there is the meeting minutes. I believe I re-listened to the video and it sounded like there were some additional items or improvements that needed to be done. And in the notes that Ashley had given us at that time, she stated that they would be completed within about 90 days and that the county would pay 4 payments of 10,000. So I also put in there just what we have paid to the Mutual Center, just so everybody has that number. We already paid 20, which is what the meeting minutes state. We gave 5,000, which was half of the landscaping. The county paid the other 5. And then if you recall, we had originally set aside up to $8,000, and then the request came in for the remainder of that to be paid. So the question that has come to my desk and now to you guys is, would you be willing to pay the other $20,000? And it's my understanding that not all the improvements had been completed yet. One thing that I wanted to just state that there really isn't any clear direction as far as the budget, other than in that line, I'd set the 40,000 aside out of the budget, but we've also paid that additional 8,000. So technically in the budget, we have, after we pay Main Street and DCDC and everybody, we technically in that line have 13,650 left to not go over in the community development line.
So the 8,000 was on the community, not on the hotel motel, right?
Right. The hotel motel I wrote on there, they've been awarded 4,500 this year.
Yeah, and I wanted to
So we believe that it would be 20 minus the 8. We only gave them 8.
Yeah, that's my question is, do you want to consider the additional 8 part of the 40 that was committed? Or were you wanting to give 40 at the end of the day? I just wanted to warn you that budget is kind of tight right now, but in that line, we have 13,000 available after I pay the other entities.
Well, when I made my presentation regarding this subject, my idea was that they had 40,000 that they were requesting in total for the year, in addition to the 8,000 that we gave them later on. So I was wanting us to withhold the full 20,000 until they got some of those challenges, as I call them, cleared up. And it's obvious from the pictures that I submitted to the council that those things have not been done. And those of us associated with that place beat our heads against the wall trying to figure out why cleanliness and maintenance and repairs are not an item that anybody down there seems to want to do. And I mean, it's ridiculous what these pictures show. So obviously I'm not in favor of giving them any more money. I've had a conversation with Jen, and she is my replacement on the commission, and she's facing the same challenges that I face, because with 3 commission members on there, if you want to do certain things that need to be done, most of the time, if not all the time, you're on voted 2-to-1. It's very simple. And she may make some comments here in a minute if the mayor says that's okay. 3 commission members are not enough to properly manage that facility. I personally think we need 5. Some people even mentioned 7. And the other thing that I would say is we cannot have commission members that are really, really good friends with any member of the staff down there. Because if that happens, you will not get things done that need to be done. And these problems have been going on for years.
And so, Jan, have you seen these?
She has not seen the photos.
Is there a, I mean, a quick answer, maybe there isn't a quick, is there a reason why some of these maintenance issues are still standing?
Oh, I don't know which way.
I mean,
When are these pictures up, John? When did you take these pictures?
Okay, I'll give you the dates. I'll give you the most current date because many of these have been going on for months and months and months. But the first picture.
Andy, you let me know this before me.
The first picture, is December 17th of last year of the elevator.
Okay.
That carpet was actually flipped up one time when I went into the elevator and I almost tripped and fell on the darn thing.
So 20
It's unglued. It's been down for years and years. If they wanted to reuse the carpet, which they shouldn't, they should pull it up, clean the floor, re-glue it and put it down, but they should put new carpet down. That's probably a 2 or 3 hour job. The next picture of the hole in the boys' bathroom wall down near the floor was taken December 17th.
Are these still on stand? Have you been there, Don?
Yeah, I go every Sunday to go to church.
Okay, so even though you said December, I just want to make sure
It's
that.
still that way.
Okay. all
And the
right.
next one is, the
bathroom wall.
whole, the boys' bathroom wall, 2 bad spots, December 17th. Missing ceiling tile, repair tile over a light, I believe, in the upstairs girl restroom is July 16th. And the last photo was also July 16th. Yeah, these things have been there for months and I go in sometimes and take a photo just so I can have an answer to your question. Is it still that way? And it's just.
So I guess the quick answer, when you have a meeting, Jim, does any of this come up in the meeting?
No.
No, okay. We know that,
I do know that some of the door stops, there were some doors that had door stops installed instead of having to wait set.
And it took me months to get that done. And after, she wouldn't do it while I was there, but after I left, she did it.
The front desk, app is finalized. There'll still be things to tweak. General clean, the floors upstairs, that was submitted as a capital expense. And a lot of this stuff happened before I was on the commission, so like
Correct.
I didn't even have the list. I had to try to get it from someone. Paint on the walls and the stairs, we applied for a grant for that. There must be a hole that was fixed, it looks like. I don't know which one that would be. And then lights in the racket room, which if that's going to be completely transformed into the golf simulator. Either way. This is my mutual center hat, not my any other organization hat. It's completely up to the council whether or not you're gonna fund mutual center, but to me, like Dawn stated, only having 3 commission members is not a way to run the organization. The council doesn't even have someone that's on the council setting on the commission, and neither does this county. That's an issue. Like, I as one person can't do anything. Ashley as one person can't do anything. There needs to be more people involved in making the decisions for the organization. I can't imagine Main Street running with myself, Dawn, and 2 other people. Like, it's a poor way for an organization to run. And I don't think that you are going to have any change happen unless the city and the county can get together and agree of how they want to set up the commission, which we still don't have a signed 2080 agreement between the city and the county. That's still nothing that the 3 people on the commission can do anything about. So, I mean, like I said, it's totally up to you if you want to do the funding or if you want to withdraw the funding. But in my personal opinion, until you take care of some of the parts of having a larger commission, you're not going to change.
Okay, however, the restructuring of the commission should have no bearing on the fact that these things are not getting done. And now I have a question for you, and I asked you that this morning, and we kind of estimated, how much money does the commission have right now, do you think?
Oh, yes, I did look. So in their general account, they have $121,000, and that was as of 3/31. If you're asking me if I think that is a lot, I don't. There are large expenses when you own a building of that size that can come up and you have to pay for it. I mean, we've had the same conversation about our building at Main Street, when we're looking at the budget. So if you're asking, do I think it should be 0? No, I don't. Because if you're wanting to add additional staff or there's major things that come up, you need to be able to have that amount in the bank account.
However, the 2080 agreement says if they are going to encounter capital expenses in the coming year, if they will submit those as part of their budget, that the city will pay half and the county will pay half if those entities approve that. That has not been done in the past.
I think it was done.
One
Just
year
this
after
year.
I beat
Yeah.
my head against the wall
I know, but you're
to try to
holding
get
on.
them to include capital expenses as part of their budget.
But
Now,
you're,
that's a lack of leadership.
okay, so my other thing is, when you guys had decided to split and just say, we're giving $40,000 to the resource center per year, you kind of said that saying, we don't want to be the people that are responsible for how this works. We will, let me finish. We will financially support them, but we don't want to be the people that have to make the decisions about how it's ran, how the person's staffed, etc. So you need to make the decision. Do you want to be those people and do you want to be in the everyday works or do you not?
Well, what's the
Very
solution?
true.
What's the solution to getting these rather minor, inexpensive repairs taken care of, do you think? I don't mean to
Just
put you on the spot
what
because
what
I
my
could,
solution was, you need to have more people in that commission and you need to have more people involved.
But you have it now. I think that in fairness, the next meeting, you could bring these things up. I know you're talking about, applying for a grant for paint. From what I saw there, you got about $300 worth of paint. I'm not sure why we're applying for a grant, but as you've stated, and I do want the council to know what she just said. I advocated for it. You gave it to me. It's in their vault. All we gotta decide tonight is how much money you wanna get. And in my opinion, it's 20 minus 8. You give them $12,000 and that equals the $40,000.
I'm not,
That's what I do.
I'm not supporting that because they didn't meet
You-
their own requirement that actually put forth things to correct them within 90 days and get
I
the
know,
money.
I know. And you have every right to vote no when you vote here in a little bit, but what she said is in fairness, I'm trying to be the middleman here. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You decided as a council, we will pay you to go away. That's what you did. You wrote a check to go away. I don't want to hear about your damn problems down there anymore. And that's what you did. If you wanted to next year say, we want to be back involved, I'll submit my resignation and you guys can do that because this is the right way to do it. But I do know what you're saying. I hope that you take what I said, that $200 or $300 of paint at Menards and a few hours of labor, you could have those painted and then you just do a better job of policing, and maybe some of those repair jobs, some drywall repair, maybe maybe you got $1,000 worth of repairs there. Maybe some of that stuff has just been lost because it doesn't come up until we bring it up. You have it now, so I would think that in your next board meeting, you could have a line item and say, hey, where are we at with these things? Let's get moving on. Let's show the community that we want to clean this place up and everything. So I'm done. You go ahead, Don. You go ahead.
The only leverage that the city has to get these things taken care of, nothing else has worked. The only leverage that we have is backing off our financial support to see if that works. We have no leverage to get it done. Apparently nobody else does either. Most of the things that need to be done down there are relatively inexpensive, easy fixes. They just aren't done. It's just like if that clock fell off the wall and left a big hole in the wall. Why would they need 6 months to repair that hole? It's a $5 item, an hour, you got it done.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying.
The money is not the issue.
What did we decide that in our budget, which we approved, what did we say we would give them this next time? Not 40.
Next year?
Yeah.
You haven't.
Okay.
So the 40,000 was our
Yes.
contribution for fiscal year 24 only.
Yeah.
Next year, I have the money set aside for community development. Then we'll ask for their requests. They'll submit them all. Everybody will, and then you'll decide what you're gonna give everybody then.
The other thing I would say is I submitted 4 names to the staff down there of local repair people who said they would be willing to go in and make those repairs if the staff couldn't or didn't want to. None of those people were contacted.
Out of our control. Yeah.
Fiscal 25, where's that money coming from?
So fiscal year 25, the pot comes out of community development line.
Is that where it's always come
Yes.
out of?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, as of 24 and on, before Taylor, and the rec director was an actual employee.
Okay.
So it was out of Parks and Rec. But from this point forward, it will all be part of
We
that
haven't
100.
committed any number.
No, just
But for
this
some
year.
reason, I thought we cut it. It was like 40 going down to.
It looks like, I think we were supposed to do equal, right? And that county was doing 40.
That was for
40
this
before, but
year
the
right
county
now.
is cutting this next.
Oh, they
time
are?
too,
Okay.
because, yeah.
Yes, they're committing to 20 next year.
Let's not talk about that. This is,
So at the end of the day, they're requesting $20,000, which would put the total contribution for the year at 48,000. Or if you pay it, if you want to approve a different dollar amount, then you make a motion for that. We did commit that we would budget $40,000 for fiscal year 24. If you want to pay more, that's what you want to do. I would not suggest paying less because we did commit to 40,000 for 2024.
I'm going to make the motion that we not give them any more money of that 20,000 until these things are done as they indicated they would do when they actually contacted us several months ago. That's my motion.
So if you don't have a second, it dies for lack of second
do I have a?
or a different motion.
This
I
is,
have a
This is Jake. This is Jake. I'll make a motion that we, pay 12,000 of that with the 8,000 already paid.
There's already a motion on the
Just
floor.
hold, just hold on, Jake. Do I have a second on Don's motion?
Oh, no. I thought we just killed it.
Going once. Twice. Okay, that motion
Dies.
died. I will entertain any new motions right now.
All right. This is Jake. I'd like to make a motion that we pay the 12,000, with the 8,000 already paid.
Thank you. Do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
Earl,
Yes.
Don,
No,
Jennifer, yes. Jake,
Yes.
Okay. Approved closing of 2 to 3 parking spots on East Franklin Street in front of Essential Massage. See the photo in your packet for Snazzy Sheet pop up on April 30th, 2020. They done this before, right?
yes, they're doing it in conjunction with Essential Massaging. They're doing a Mother's Day.
Move to approve.
Second.
Earl,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jennifer, yes. Don,
yes.
Discuss nuisance abatement ordinance 50 in regards to illegal parking.
Don asked that that be added to the agenda.
Okay,
Say that again?
You had asked that we discuss this ordinance, the illegal parking. Was that the part in between the grass of the sidewalks?
Illegal parking. I also asked about a derelict vehicle parking on.
that's
That's the next one.
Okay, we're on. K.
Well, when you came in, you asked about the ordinance on not parking where you're not supposed to, in addition to junk vehicles. So we have two different ordinances.
We must have miscommunicated. It wasn't illegal parking. I was concerned
Okay.
about, junk vehicles and parking in the yard on grass.
Is that what? 50
Yeah,
is?
so the legal parking is gonna be parking in the grass where you're not supposed to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
So
starting to
what
look
was-
like southern Arkansas. We've got way too many cars parking on the grass.
Okay.
2 and 3 in some yards. It just looks terrible. And if that's against the city ordinance, I think we ought to start enforcing the city ordinance. And apparently it is.
So is that ordinance anywhere in the grass or certain place in the grass?
And we need,
Well, in the actual,
where is that? Because I read the ordinance twice and I didn't.
I didn't read that you can't, well, under blocking public and private ways, I was under the impression that people were parking, like, for example, there's a trailer down here on the road that's parked in between the sidewalk and the curb. So you come up to the stop sign, you can't see. So we had highlighted blocking public and private ways, obstructing or encumbering by the fences, the roadways, the streets, the alleys, landing places, or burying grounds. So if it's the actual people are just parking in their yard and, shouldn't be, then I assume that that's gonna go under nuisance abatement and Jeff will need to address it if they're not parking where they're supposed to in their driveway.
If they're parking between the sidewalk and the street, that's not their property, is it?
Well, we have an easement, but it's still their property, but we do have an easement,
That's the right of way.
Well,
That's.
right?
yeah, we talked about it a little bit in previous meetings, that was a violation of an ordinance if they're parking on their lawn on the grass. The only way they could do that is to get a building permit, put gravel down on their grass, and then they could park on it. That's what we arrived at in previous conversation. Now it
Right.
sounds like that's not correct.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can create a additional parking space, yeah, with a
Can you
building
just drive in the
permit.
middle of your yard and park your car?
Well, I didn't see that, it didn't say you can't, but at least in
Well,
those.
That's my question. Parking.
And I guess the question also is on the junk vehicles, are these vehicles that are parking like the one that's up here a couple blocks down? Are they a junk vehicle that can't be ran, et cetera? Or am I just, I don't have room and I don't wanna move my car for my husband to get out, so I'm gonna park over here in the yard? I'm not sure. But I think we just turn that over to code enforcement and ask him to figure that out.
So we don't know for sure if parking a car on the grass on your lawn is a violation of a city ordinance.
I
Just if
personally
it's
didn't.
leaking fuel or any, fluids of any type, or it doesn't have a license plate. The ordinance is
Or if
weak,
it's
and I'm doing
blocking
the best I can.
public
but
and private ways.
Some of them I can't go on their property to look. But it's easy to tell with the grass growing and hasn't been mowed yet.
Why can't you go on their property?
It's trespassing.
You can surely go on private properties and post city ordinances, can't you?
I can walk up to the door and talk to them, yeah, but I just can't go walk around their property looking in their
Fourth
shed,
Amendment.
measure and stuff like that, unless they're there to approve it.
Okay, you said the ordinance is weak. Do you have off the top of your head what you do to make it stronger? Give that some thought in the next couple of weeks, if you would.
If I can do that, yeah.
I mean, it looks bad. We spend an awful lot of money, the entire community does, trying to make this look like a good community and attract businesses and people to live here. And we're not a very attractive community in a lot of places. You can walk around on evening walk or ride your bicycle, even drive your vehicle. And you've got too many cars parked in too many yards and they're in various stages of disrepair.
I do know the people I've asked to not park on the easement between the sidewalk and the road. I've left a door knocker, or I've said something to them in the past. They're very gracious, they politely move their vehicles. The two people that had a lot of stuff in their yards, I sent them a letter with pictures saying what needs to be removed, how to get it fixed. I gave them 30 days. They hadn't done it in their 30 days. But I'll look at the ordinances and see what we can do to make them better.
Okay.
I mean,
There's nothing about it.
there's nothing, yeah, that I
But
can.
there is about like the right of way.
Right.
And the parking section on number 17 says no parking in the area between the lot line and the curb line. That area of the public way not covered by sidewalk, lying between the lot line and the curb line where the curb has been installed. So to me, that's the public right of way, the city right of way, I guess to me is what that area is, but that doesn't say you can't park it.
I mean, I've got a sample ordinance pulled up right now that says it should be illegal for any person to park or allow, this is one we could adopt, to allow to be parked on any property under his or her control, any automobile, bus, truck, motorcycle, camper, trailer, boat, et cetera, in any area which is zoned residential, and you can pick which versions, under the zoning ordinance on any premises which is used for 1, 2, or multifamily dwelling, unless it's parked on a hard surface driveway, a gravel driveway bordered by cement curbing, or a part of the driveway that provides access to a garage or carport, and it talks about hard surface being cement, asphalt, brick, pavement, et cetera, et cetera. So,
So that, if that was our ordinance,
That's
that
crazy.
would
Then you can
eliminate people
afford-
from in the ground.
Yeah.
But I think the tie to it is, you're gonna find them if they don't.
Which that section's also in the nuisance abatement section.
Maybe that doesn't bother other people, it bothers me, but I think it was really bad.
No, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Going by the other day, a couple of days ago, I saw a car with the front wheels off, jacked up on jack stands, like he was gonna work on it when he retired.
So do you want us,
Pickup truck?
I believe it was a vehicle. I mean, car, not like I saw several.
I took care of a pickup truck that was like that.
so do you want us to start the steps to have a public hearing to change the ordinance?
Yes.
To adopt that?
If we need to vote on that, well, we can.
Please. Yeah. It says discuss it.
Okay, I make the motion that we, start the process to consider a new ordinance regarding vehicles parking on private property where they shouldn't be. That's proper wording.
Good enough.
Second.
Carl,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Okay. Did we
we
accomplish
didn't have a
all
date
three?
on that, did we?
No, he didn't say.
What's that?
Do you want to like set a public, well, lock button and everything?
We'll have one meeting and then.
Yeah.
We do
We'll
it
do
April
it.
2nd when we get, or May the 2nd when we got the other public hearing.
No, we'll do it May 16th so we can get it in the newspaper in time.
All right, thank you.
So did we cover all there too?
I don't know. Did you have anything else for junk vehicles that you want to
Do you
address,
have
Don?
something in regards
Well, I
to,
think we,
Or just that?
do we
discuss ordinance 51 in regards to junk vehicles?
Do we have enough teeth in our ordinance for junk vehicles to satisfy you, Jeff?
I'll have to reread it, but I think what we use something similar to what Galen just presented. If we can get them on gravel or a hard surface to get them out of yards, most of them will leave.
Yeah, that
Right,
would
right,
go
right.
away, Don, once you make them so they can't park in the backyard.
Okay. So let's try that approach.
Public comments.
Along the same line, we have at least one vehicle and maybe two in the newspaper parking lot that I would like to have somebody check on. I don't have no idea whose vehicles they are, but they don't belong there. That is private property and we don't want to be a lot for junk vehicles either. So I don't know whether that's Jeff or Zach or whatever, but
It comes back to Chris Miller.
Any other public comment? A good one, Don. Any other public comments? If not, Tommy Joe,
So the first thing tonight is a report update. We did submit the cemetery report and the COVID report for 2024. So just to give you an update there, those are done. So we won't have any more probably till about September. Pool update. I have chosen to hire Jody Lindberg again at the pool. She drew the short straw again. Just kidding. But, so we went ahead and hired Jody. We've gotten our applications submitted and she can talk through that as far as how many we're gonna hire and what we're gonna have this year at the pool, but things are rolling. So we hope to get that concrete done outside the bathrooms and, get going on that. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, so last year my plan was to hire at least 10 concession workers, the 14-year-olds. So that worked really well because 6 of those 10 are coming back as lifeguards this summer. So that's really good. So their first job experience was a good one. So now they're coming back as lifeguards. So we have 27 lifeguards that we can have to choose from and then 9 concession workers this year.
So you have 27 applicants? Or
Yeah,
How many
well,
will you?
I mean, I would like to hire as many as we can, just because some of those are ball players. So 7 of them are ball players. So that kind of takes them out for the whole month of June. And that way, because fully staffed, you know, we need 7 lifeguards to be safe.
Yeah.
So I want to keep as many lifeguards as we can have. And that's 27 is a good number. Last year we had 21, and
Yeah.
it's kind of hairy sometimes when schedules don't work out.
Yeah, so obviously they don't all work full time.
Yeah.
And so we do normally try to hire somewhere between 20 and 30, just depends on how many applications we get. But we do have a set number kind of in the budget for the salary and everything. So we kind of watch those numbers as far as the hours as a whole to make sure that we stay on track for that. But yeah, we had a good turnout this year, I think, for applications. And then the last thing is just the grant update. I just wanted to let council know that we submitted a withdrawal for the upper story housing grant this week. We did, we were subrecipient and grantee for that, for the Hill block. And so that was not advanced on. And so we are withdrawing it, per the subrecipient's, wishes. And so I just want to inform you and let you know that we're not going to move forward with that grant. And that's all I have tonight.
Rusty?
Not a whole lot other than skated through made it through the storm. Got the service briefly on that. Got lucky on the storm, didn't have just one pole break off and a couple of wires got knocked down there, cable wires. So we're lucky there, and just everybody's full force going into summer. Mowers are all sharpened up and cutting grass, and streets have got a big list of streets to be working on. I think we'll even have budgets tight, so we'll work on some alleys and do some of that stuff that's doesn't cost us a lot. We're gonna get to use those millings that we had, so that'll help us a bunch. So getting geared up for summertime, ready for the sidewalk project.
We have not been helped for the extra parks position yet, right?
No, we have not. We're, I kind of want to, I'm gonna sit down and talk with Rusty about our staffing now that we have, 3 or 4 or 5 years under our belt now and can kind of see where we're at and where our needs are for the city. I anticipate that I would probably propose to council to do a little restructuring maybe in the future. Not necessarily adding a bunch of staff, but maybe restructuring some of the duties based on what I feel like our needs are. Sometimes we had 3 or 4 in our department, and we're right now operating on 2. Inside we had 6 and we cut to 4. Might have cut 1 too many, but we're all getting along and whatnot. We do want to put an extra 1 in park so that we have 2 in every department. We're hoping to advertise that and go out for that around May. And then Tammy is joined on the phone.
Tammy, you on the phone? You're up.
Hi, yes, I am. I am. I just wanted to kind of give an update. I'm working with Iowa State right now to try, we've submitted all the data for the solar field every year. I wanted to be able to give a report to council to let you know how that's been functioning, the productivity. And so I'm working with them now. They've received all the data and they're working on that right now. And I'm working on some reporting for workforce housing for some companies that are expanding and growing within Bloomfield and the need for workforce housing. So we're working on some reporting functionality for that to help them with some grants and things. So that's the bulk of what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Anything else, Tammy?
That's it.
Okay, thank you for joining.
You're welcome.
Any council updates?
The Historic Preservation Commission is down 2 members. I mean, we appointed 2 members last council meeting, but we had a person step off. And so there are at least 2 vacancies on that commission that need to be filled. And there are certain requirements. You have to live in the city limits. You have to, and then one of those people has to own a building in the historic or has a business in the historic district. So it's kind of limiting on who can qualify, but we need 2 more commission members and they're being pretty hard to find. So any help would be greatly appreciated.
Any other council updates? Alrighty. Jody, I didn't say, but thank you for doing the pool the last couple of years. You do a great job.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that
I know you get rich doing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm
You
a
do a
teacher,
great
I'm used
job
to it, you know?
updating on Facebook and
Yeah.
even calling out. I like that you call out some of your,
Oh, yeah.
you know, those kids that age, that probably means the world to
It
them.
does,
So
yeah.
thank you very much for that.
Thank
She
you.
does get a tan.
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot of that too. Yeah.
All right.
I do want to say that Rusty's street crew did some tree trimming on a right of way that's been there for 35 years. And they did a pretty good job and it's looking a lot better. Their trees aren't hanging out over the street.
Where's that at?
It was at the point where your antenna hit the limbs, so.
So it's on South Columbia Street.
South Columbia over there.
Yeah.
All righty. That's all I got.
Move to adjourn.
second?
Earl,
Yeah.
Don,
Yes.
Jake,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Get better, Jake.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't be there.
Excuse me.
You know, I have this